Hi, I'm Brian from Boosted USA, and today we're going to walk you through how to fix the RLOD problem on your Boosted Electric Skateboard. Before, if you had RLOD, which stands for Red Light of Death, you were in big trouble. But now, thanks to our buddies over at XR General Hospital, we've got a fix for you. If you're unfamiliar with what the RLOD looks like, check this out. If you turn the battery on, the second indicator will be lit, and then the power button blinks in groups of 3. If you have that error code, that means that you've got RLOD, and then you should continue watching this video. If you've got a different error code, feel free to reach out to us, but that's gonna be a whole set of different problems. I'm stoked to be introducing you to the all-new Bert Touch. The Bert Touch will allow you to do 2 separate things. You can put it into repair mode, which will clear the RLOD code. You can also use it for maintenance mode to get your battery cells all back in balance properly. The Bert Touch will only work on boosted XR batteries. It will not work on your standard batteries, but hang on to those because we're trying to develop something that'll work on those also. If you're riding a Rev, it's not gonna work on your Rev batteries. Sorry. To make the Bert Touch work, you're gonna need a few different things. You're gonna need a charger. Your standard charger at home will work fine. If you don't have one, you can get a fast charger. We have them for sale online right now. You're gonna need boosted chopsticks to disconnect your battery from the motor controller. You're also gonna need a wall charger, a USB plug, so that we can power up the Bert Touch. You're not gonna need blue tape. Okay, let's get started. You wanna start by connecting the USB-C to either of the 2 ports over here. There's a red one and a black one. It doesn't matter which one you use. Once you've got it plugged in, you're gonna see on the screen 2 different modes, repair mode and maintenance mode. Let's get started with maintenance mode. If you have a battery that doesn't have that error code and you just want to check on the health of the battery, you can do that using Bert. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the battery from the board. You're just going to need a 4mm Allen key, and you remove these 6 screws, and then on the back of the board, you're going to need chopsticks to remove this connection from the motor controller. Once you've got the battery off, you're ready to plug it into Bert. Now that you've got the Bert powered on and you've got your battery off, go ahead and press maintenance mode. Follow the instructions on the screen. Plug battery into Bert. Go ahead and click next. Plug board into Bert. Since we're just doing maintenance mode, you can skip this step. Click next. Turn on your battery. Once the battery is on, it'll tell you the status of your board and it'll give you the delta. Now you need to know about delta. The lower the delta, the better. Anything under 100 delta is good. This delta being at 9 is showing you the difference between the highest voltage of the cell and the lowest voltage. So that's your balance. If you have anything with a delta greater than 100, you're gonna need to keep your battery charged. You can charge the battery while it's directly plugged into the Bert, and it can take anywhere from a couple hours to a couple weeks to get that delta down to nothing. If you get confused on what delta is, just simply tap what is delta, and this will be a pretty good explanation of where you need to be. Now I'll show you how to recover a battery that does have RLOD. So with your Bert plugged in, go ahead and click repair mode. You should have your motor controller off of the board, and you can plug that in and then plug in your battery. You can also follow the directions, but if you're in a rush, that's what you're going to be doing. So once you get to this step here, go ahead and turn on your battery. This is showing that you have RLOD, and then the status right here on the Bert will say not ready to ride. The delta of 1,681 is extremely high, but the number that you're more interested in is the low. This is a low of 1,974. Anything that's under 2,000 is gonna be really hard to recover and probably not doable. So if you see that, you probably had your battery sitting uncharged for way too long and you're not gonna be able to recover it. So here, let's go ahead and clear the red light of death. Click this button here. Now that we've cleared the RLOD, you can go ahead and plug in your battery. What you're looking for is the delta to be below 100, and as soon as it is, the status will say ready to ride. If you wanna see what's going on with your board, you can click here, and this will give you a little bit more insight on what's going on. As your battery charges, your delta is gonna go down. Anything under 100 is optimal. That's how you use Bert Touch. That should clear all of your RLOD. You can use it over and over again and use it to keep your battery maintained and healthy. If you guys have any questions, hit us up on boostedusa.com, and thanks for watching. See you out there.
2.